Hello everyone, that's right, it is me, it's that HEAD, here to bring you that video that I was going to do, in the plan, in the works anyway, so I thought I'll do it. It was regarding questions that I got over the weekend via a blog from one Victoria Earls. Now, I will go through the questions here. I've got them up on my screen here. The camera's up here and I've got the screen here. And I'll leave the link in the description for the blog and everything, so you can check out the questions yourself and shit like that. It was entitled The Wrestling Tag. Now, name your top 3 favourite heel characters of all time. Now, if I go down to my comments here, I choose as my top 3 CM Punk, best in the world, and he was not always a heel, guys. Got to remember that he was not always a heel, but when he was the best at it. He was a damn good heel. I gotta give him his due. The original. Maybe I should swap this. I put Punk first and this man second, and maybe I should have swapped Punk with him in the way, because this man was the original bad boy of wrestling. That was Hot Rod Roddy Piper. And the other one was, I went for Triple H, because from 1999 onwards, which was the year after SummerSlam, which was the Raw after SummerSlam 99 where he first won the title, from that moment on, although it was a slow process, he grew into a badass of a heel. And he did certain stuff as a heel through then. And he was a damn good heel. And there was also a case for Edge too, because Edge was a damn good heel also. But yeah, that was my 3. Question 2 was, if you could create your own women's division, who would it be, and who would be your top 5 picks? Now, considering the state of the women's division in the WWE, or the Divas division in the WWE, this was, relatively-ish easy. Now, I went for Gail Kim, Paige, Charlotte Flair, Kaylee Ray, which is ICW, for those of you that watch ICW, and AJ Lee. That would be my 5 draft picks to build this division around. AJ because I like her and she's the original Psycho Girl. Charlotte because she's the future of the Divas division, or what's left of it. Paige because, despite the fact the way WWE have booked her, she is a great wrestler. Gail Kim is the standard bearer for Divas nowadays. And Kaylee Ray is, she's a hot chick, daredevil chick from the ICW. She reminds me of Lita, in a way. There's a leader about her. And she's also on TNA's Bootcamp as well, British Bootcamp, which I'll get to in a minute later on. You have to name, create, give it a theme, and choose various matches for a pay-per-view. Go wild, be creative. I choose 4 matches. They were 3 stages of hell, barbed wire steel cage, the Big Show and JBL's version of the barbed wire steel cage, when the barbed wires are up on there and you just lock them in the cage. First blood match. It can't beat a good first blood match if it's done right. You really can't. And a good old traditional Hell in a Cell. And the name would be Unfinished Business, because that shit just rolls off the tongue for me. That just rolls. It just rolls off the tongue. Unfinished Business. They should name a pay-per-view for that. And I suggested it to a local promotion up here in my hometown, EPW, but less said about that, the better. Now, question 4 was make your own announce team. Now, Vicky, shout out to Victoria Earls, put JR, Gorilla Monsoon, and Paul Heyman. Now, Paul Heyman would have been my 4th pick, if I had to pick. But my own 3 would be Gorilla Monsoon, Jim Ross, and old Weasel himself, Bobby Heenan. You gotta have Bobby Heenan in there, for Pete's sake. Manager, commentator, he was the best. Him and Gorilla Monsoon were the original commentating duo back in the day, man. They were just the originals. Just, fucking epic. Yeah, I'd have them 3 in there. And Paul Heyman was good, but I'd have him as a 4th pick. He'd be my 4th pick. So I would replace him with any one of them 3. Don't know who to replace him with, but I'd probably replace him. If I had to choose, I'd probably replace him with Heenan if he wasn't around. But hell, that's just me. What old school match do you wish to see live in person? Hell in a Cell. That's an easy one. Hell in a Cell, because I just wanted to see what that cage would be like in person. It's one thing seeing it on the TV, but it would probably be a different thing to see it in person, live. This big fucking cage just hanging around the ring, just surrounding the ring and everything. It'd be an insane asylum or some shit. It'd be fucking epic. Now, this is the one that got me, question 6, the most. Now, right, just get it up here. This is the one that got me the most. What would your theme song and what would be your theme song and who would sing it? Now, I could give you about a list as big as a piece of paper of what the songs would be. I mean, jot these names down. There's E-Craft, Electrocution, Powerman 5000, Show Me What You Got, maybe Powerman 5000, Do Your Thing, Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle, and the list goes on, and even Killswitch could be in there as well, In Due Time. That song's just fucking mental, that song. If you haven't heard that song, go and find it. Killswitch Engine, In Due Time, and listen to their ones, Arms of Sorrow as well, which is pretty cool. A certain friend of mine's favourite song, but we'll move on. But I went for Criminal by Disturbed, because that's more like a rebel song for me, and Disturbed are the best fucking band in the world. Best band on the planet, and my favourite band. If you haven't heard that song, Criminal, I suggest you go and listen to it. Go and listen to any Disturbed songs, and Device as well, which is led by David Draymond, who's the singer of Disturbed. And also check out their song as well, You Think You Know, by Device. Pretty cool songs too, and as Device are cool, they're a cool band. But then again, I wouldn't say that because the lead singer of Device is the lead singer of Disturbed, so hey. But that's it. I mean, it's a relatively easy question. I mean, it's just so many things you can. I mean, there was number 1, top 3 favorite heels. I mean, there's a list that I could give you. I really like Triple H as a heel from '99 onwards. When he won the WWE title after Raw after SummerSlam. The Divas one as well, and like I said, I'll leave the link in the description. You can check this out for yourself and view it underneath, and also check Vicki Earls out too. Pretty smart girl, and I'll leave the links to her Twitter and her YouTube channel as well, and that as well, so you can follow her, because she's worth a follow, because she's absolutely awesome. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of that. Now, since I'm here, I might as well talk about this. I saw yesterday on Challenge TNA's British Bootcamp, which was in Scotland. This first one was in Scotland. Now, I love me some Grado. Grado's an absolute legend, but the guy came in late and got kicked out. First of all, nothing but respect for you, but you're a tool. And I could give you an example of a reason why you are a tool on YouTube at times. But you are a legend. You are a wrestling legend. But the guy comes in late for the second round. I mean, he got asked to be brought back. I mean, he in the auditions where he first came in and you talked to them, the three judges are right in front of you as you talk to them in the ring. Grado obviously won it. He made Samoa Joe laugh, and you know he had a picture took with him, and that he actually made Samoa Joe laugh, which is an accomplishment in itself. But yeah, he got asked to be brought back for the second round, which was to show the wrestling skills and show what they could do. But the next day, at the start of the day, he didn't come in until late, and Arsenal got pissed off about it. If you haven't seen it, go and find it. Check it out on go and find it on the internet or something, or go and find it on Challenge. I'm sure it'll be repeated sometime this week. It was on yesterday as I'm recording this. This is now Monday. So make sure you check it out, because it was a pretty cool thing. And Kaylee Ray's on there as well with Nikki Storm. Yeah, too talented. And Samoa Joe said on Twitter yesterday that she was a talented wrestler. You know, there was some talent about her. So I think them two are one to watch in the finals. Next week they're in Manchester. A wrestler that I'm familiar with, well, not that familiar with, but I've seen and all that, is Ellie Guerrero. I think Ellie Guerrero will be on there. One person wrestled yesterday in the Glasgow one. He trained in the Glasgow one and injured himself. You know, sometimes less is more than that. But this guy was doing stuff around, and then he went to do he got up on the second rope and went to do a backflip. You know, one of the backflips off the second rope, and did one, and then landed on his leg, landed wrong, and injured himself. I sat there watching it, and I was like, oh God, you know, that had to be embarrassing for him, for that to happen. But yeah, all in all, it was a good show, and look forward to seeing episode 2 this week on this Sunday. An hour before TNA show, which is TNA is now on 10 o'clock because of this. TNA's Bootcamp is on at 9 o'clock on Challenge. No doubt it'll be on the internet, on YouTube, on a YouTube page somewhere. But yeah, it was a good little show. I liked it, apart from the Grado thing, which I love Grado, but he dropped the ball there big time. And Al Snow, well, there's a video on YouTube where he's interviewing about. There's an interview on YouTube where Al Snow's talking about what was the main draw and everything on WrestleMania, and he says Hulk Hogan and that. But it comes across like he didn't agree that the best match on the card, despite the fact the main draw at WrestleMania 3 was Hogan and Andre, he didn't agree that the best match on the card and the match that stole the show was Savage and Steamboat. But just go and find it. I'll let you see it for yourself. He just acts like a tool on it, and he's very disrespectful to a cameraman as well. So, but he's a legend. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't think that was very cool. Anyway, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is all for this video. Make sure you check out the Wrestling Matters podcast, episode 29. It is up. Go and find it. It's on my YouTube page right now. And check out the sites that it's on as well. I did a picture yesterday on Photoshop and Pixlr.com. Links will be in the description for that website to do thumbnails and that. And I've been doing a lot of thumbnails over the weekend for guys' projects and certain stuff as well. It's a pretty cool website, man. It really is. And so make sure you. So I mean, if you want any tips on how to make thumbnails, just go on YouTube, how to make a thumbnail, and it will come up with a list of them. That's how I did it. It's a piece of cake once you get the hang of it. Also check out CVFM Radio as well, cvfm.org.uk for my Wrestling Revolution podcast that I do there each and every Tuesday between 5:30 and 6 o'clock, or whenever he decides to put it on, Idris. But yeah, I've got to a point now where that's just something I can do to build my confidence for the Wrestling Matters podcast. I still done it. I'm coming up to 50 episodes of that, so hopefully that'll turn into something new. If not, hey, I still got my podcast, the podcast that I created. I'm not bitter. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, ladies and gentlemen. That's about it. Make sure you check out the podcasts, and until next time, peace out.